dum, dum. How many of us have them? Friends, dum, 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 dum. Ones we can depend on. Let's be friends, dum, 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 dum. Before we go any further, let's be friends, dum, 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 dum. A lot of people don't know about that. That's that old school music right there. Anyways, I was reading today about loneliness in my devotion time with the Lord. And in that time, I discovered that I have friends, but a lot of my friends are far away that I talk to on a regular basis. The friends that are here that I used to have, we don't talk all the time, and so things have, changed a lot with our friendship. Not that I don't love that person or those friends that I once had growing up when I lived back in Georgia, but it has changed. And so I find myself sometimes being lonely and kind of standoffish and not really talking to a lot of people. And so the Spirit of the Lord, was just ministering to me about making myself friendly in order to get friends. And so, of course, we got to go to the Word. So I went to the Word, and in the Word, it talked about, and I believe that is in Proverbs 18 and 24. I'm going to just read it. A man that hath friends showeth himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. That's a good friend. That's a real good friend. And I'm not saying that, I don't have anybody that wouldn't be here for me, but I'm just saying it's not the same as it used to be. And so, yeah, it's not the same. It's really not the same. And it was just funny because I was talking to my friend who was far away. And when I was talking to her, I was talking to her about how I know that people like, I'm not going to say names, but stars, superstars, and, very popular pastors and things like that who ended up, in social media very heavy from last year and around this year and things like that. Going through now, I'm sure that they see who their real friends are, because a real friend is going to stick with you through adversity. And even when I was looking up different scriptures about friends and, you know, just how important it is for us to have friends. Not a whole circle. We don't have to have a lot of people as friends, but we do need somebody who's going to be a really true friend. And I said, I bet those people now really know who their friends are in adversity, in their times of trouble, in their times when they really need somebody that they could talk to. This was the time in their lives where they were able to see who really was a friend to them. And even in my life, I'm seeing, some things too, because a lot of my friends, like I say, who I talk to a lot of times are my friends who were far away. I'm talking about different states. And I can call them and, just kind of vent about things. And if I needed anything, they were right there. And I'm not talking about, small but large, well, one particular friend, I can say she's really been there for me. And so, actually, I'm going to take that back. I have more than one that has been there for me in my adversity. Um, I can actually say about 3 of them that are out of town that has been there for me. And so they're really close. I have some good friends from before I moved to Georgia. And I appreciate them a lot. So it's just really good to have friends, the ones we can depend on. So, anyways, and I hope they feel the same way about me too. You know, I love people, and I love my friends and things like that. But I was just kind of feeling lonely here sometimes because I don't really, mingle a lot with people. I don't really talk a lot with people. And I'm just kind of standoffish. Not because I want to be, but because I just have been through so much that I kind of like close myself down a lot. And that's really not my personality. But I have kind of, how should I say, chameleon into my environment, I should say. And it's not a good thing. But then there was a good one, and I'm gonna share this story too, because there was a good one I read in Proverbs 27:10 says, and I'm gonna read this. It says, "Do not forsake your friend and your father's friend, and do not go to your brother's house in the day of your calamity. Better is a neighbor who is near than a brother who is far away." Now that one, I was like, Lord, I was like, because I'm thinking about my friends that are far away who've been there for me and stuff. And then it was talking about better is a neighbor than a brother who is far away. And in the word, and when it talks about a friend being closer than a brother, you know. And so I'm getting back to what I was gonna share is that about 4 weeks ago, my brand new car got, it's not brand new, but I bought it last year. And 4 weeks ago, somebody broke into my car. About 4 weeks ago now. And I don't really talk to my neighbor. If I see them or whatever, we may like hold up a hand, hey, like that. And I've never really had conversations with them, don't know their names or anything like that. But, I just kind of go when I go home, go in my house, come back out, go in my house, come back out. And so this particular night, it was a morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning, I get this knock on my door. And it was my neighbor. And my neighbor was saying, your car door was open. And it looks like something has gone on. And I said, my neighbor doesn't have her door open to her car like this. So I had to come and knock on the door and tell you. And I was looking like, I was kind of really out of it because I was sleeping when she came. And when I went, I closed the door and I told her, thank you. And she was like, I didn't mean to wake you, I apologize, but I know you don't really have your door open like that. And I was like, yeah, I was like, no problem, and then I walked in the house and then I just went to praying because the Holy Spirit had already woke me up and I was all being lazy and the Holy Spirit was telling me to pray. And I bet it was during the time. In fact, I know without a shadow of a doubt, it was during the time they was trying to break in my car. And had I got up and been obedient, that's why obedience is so better than sacrifice. But I just wanted to share that story. And God brought that back to my memory because I was like, a neighbor? I don't really talk to my neighbors like that. But you know what? It's good. It's good too. And after that happened, it just did something to me for my neighbor. My heart was like, wow, I wish I could do something nice for her. Or, do something, give them a dinner or something. But, finances. So, but yeah. But really, yeah. And when the Holy Spirit brought that to me, I was like, wow. I was like, yeah. Because it says, like, in the day of your calamity it said, in the day is